Hello, my name is Tenon Hedges, and I am doing a film review for Connor Rigby of the Union Jaxx. There are clips from two games that he sent me, KSU versus Jaxx and Barefoot versus Jaxx. I've done some other film critiques, but Connor recently told me that he gave me permission to kind of make them public, and so I'm releasing this in a way that maybe any players out there, college, anybody really that might find some use out of this. There's going to be a wide range of points. This is not going to be like a full 30-minute video. Hopefully this is going to be pretty short, but I have about 6 different timestamps in these games that I want to kind of touch on some stuff, and maybe if you are guilty of this, maybe here's some things to think about that will improve this aspect of your game. Now, I am someone who plays in the AUDL, now the UFA. I've played at nationals. I've never made a world's team though, so maybe it's not the best advice. Maybe reach out to someone who's made a world's team if you want a better opinion or something like that. But take it for what it is. If you don't like it, leave me a nasty comment. We can banter a little bit. But if you like it, if you have any comments, feel free to leave a like and a comment down below. And also check out my email in the description. If you have any clips or anything that you would want some free advice on, email me them. I would prefer them in an unlisted YouTube video, but maybe in the future, if enough people want to, I'll make like a Google Drive doc or whatnot. So take it with a grain of salt. I do not mean to intentionally hurt anybody's feelings. It's just trying to be as honest as possible. So to start off, let's get into it. All right, so this is from the KSU game, and it's at the 1 minute 36 mark. So KSU just turned the disc over, and Union Jaxx is in the black, KSU's in the white. So Union Jaxx are coming towards the camera on offense, and the thing that I would like to see is, like, if you can break it down off of a turn, there's two things. Like, people will usually say like fast break, or it's kind of like slow to pick it up. And I feel like knowing when to do one or the other is kind of a crucial thing. But the best way I can describe it is just kind of feeling the vibe of the field. Like if it's a super long point, multiple turns, maybe slow to pick it up. You might call a timeout immediately, that kind of thing, catch your breath. However, in this, there hasn't been a lot of turns. And this is kind of an advantageous part of the field. Like, it's not in the coffin corner. It's not in the end zone. It's not coming in on the sideline, that kind of thing. It's middle of the field. And so we play this clip. I'm going to mute the audio for the game. If we play this clip, the main handler is walking to pick up the disc right here. This guy right here, Connor. So at this point, he looks around. He should realize that no one is guarding him. This is a prime example, is to pick up the disc fast and move it. Specifically, the thing I wrote down is, like, at this point, he's walking to pick it up. He notices no one in it. No one's marking him. This is the guy that's supposed to be guarding him, probably 20 yards away. At this point, Connor on the sideline, someone should just be screaming the hell to someone to go deep. It could be literally anybody. I would say preferably it's not the guy on the sideline. From watching your game, Connor, I know you like to throw a flick, but I think most people are more comfortable throwing backhand, so probably just rip a backhand huck since it's on that side of the field. So this dude who looks huge, this other guy whose guy is chasing him, one of these guys should see right here he's about to pick up a disc and just be like, Connor, just fucking throw it. Pardon my French, but literally just pick it up and just yeet it. Just got to keep it in bounds and go. That's the main critique. And so look for that off of a turn. These kind of advantages where it's an unmarked thrower and the cutters, you realize you should be looking, oh, it's unmarked. My defender that's guarding me is underneath me. I should just go to the house. And as a thrower, you just put it out in front of them and just keep it up in the air, let them run onto it. You could throw whatever you have to throw to keep it in bounds and do that. You do that. So, all right. This is the Barefoot game. So all right. So in this Barefoot game at the 3:55 mark, Union is working through this zone. Right here.
Yeah, Michael.
Oh, okay. So throws it up line. That's fine. Net 22. The thing as a reset handler is a lot of people will do what you're about to do and set up negative behind the thrower. And what I'm saying is, look how, if you think of this, you can see the lines on the field. If you neutral is if you would be standing on this line. You are negative, and I want you to be positive. Almost kind of perfectly is this line right here. Be positive here. I know they're playing a zone, but basically what this standing here, this defender has to either play you either have the choice to either come back into the dump space or go up line just straight across. The guy can't stop both. And so setting up positive allows it just to be an easier reset throw. And so he's not trying to throw, he doesn't have to throw to this space. He can throw it over here if you start a little bit more positive. That's kind of the attitude behind it. So try to look for places. I would almost prefer you to set up positive almost every single time. And you should be looking to catch the disc on your, it'd be on your left shoulder moving towards the other side of the field. Okay, so here, there was a turn out of bounds. They're picking it up on the end zone corner. And so what happens, you're forcing flick, and I think this is fine. Forcing kind of like a flatty flick. My two notes about this scene, before we're going to play it, notice what happens is 25, you let the backhand go off, and it is absolutely unacceptable that this goes off. You cannot have a backhand huck go off like this. Not only because it's backhand, but because it's basically a straight line shot down the sideline. You need to take a step off, get an athletic position, and if you're committing to a flat, that's one thing. But if you are forcing flick, you just cannot let this throw. And honestly, you could just literally just hold. You don't have to try to. I feel like you're trying to get a hand block. You're trying to make it as difficult as possible, and it's like, let the guy throw. Not let him throw the flick, but you can't be contesting this many looks and then let the guy throw a backhand huck like this. And I'm so passionate about this. I'm gonna bring up a little diagram, and forgive me for my drawing skills. Okay, so let's imagine the guy has a disc here and he's going this way. So you're on the mark. You cannot let this backhand huck go down the sideline like this way. All right. If you're going to be flat, the throw has to loop out of bounds and be coming in like that. That's a good flat mark makes the throws go out high up in the air and whatnot. You can't make him go straight down. So your hands are wide on the brakes, on the forcing him one way or the other. Cannot let this throw go off like that. But we see right here, you're trying to contest too much. I like the activeness. The hands are kind of just popping up. You're kind of shading too much. Let the guy have no options. Do your job. Hold the mark. You get lucky there. Any good team, a better team, that will be either be a goal or it'll be an easy gainer, and they're probably going to score in the next couple throws. Okay, here. So Union just turned it outside their own end zone. It's in the end zone. So they're going to pick it up in their end zone, walk it back to the front end zone line. So what is about to happen? I don't know if it's because it's a long tournament. You don't care about you're already blowing the team out. This is so unacceptable. It is unbelievable that this happens. Look how much time there is. This guy is slow to pick it up. Everyone's jogging. They're walking to the spot. This guy, and look what happens. The reset handler on the end zone line isn't picked up. And then this guy's like, oh yeah, shit, I should got him. Oh, boom, throw. Unacceptable. I don't care how lackadaisical the tournament is or whatnot. If you want to get better, that absolutely cannot happen. If you're trying to poach and you're trying to play off your man in the end zone, that's one thing, but you can't do it from the reset handler. Can't do it from one. Can't do it from the reset handler. You have to be on your dude. So unbelievable that there's that much time and you don't pick up anybody. I don't know, like you have like someone on the field has to just be like screaming, "Hey, pick someone up," and go from there. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So this for Connor, you get in the middle of the field. This guy is about to go deep, and there's no help off the back. Connor, I know you have this throw, and I would just say, is like, I challenge you, is this has to be 100% every single time. You're never going to see a guy probably more open in like a cut than this. And the attitude for anybody that not necessarily, the idea you should have when you're throwing this kind of throw is that you have to just keep it in bounds. Keep it in bounds and float it. You can't put it too long. You can't blade it into the ground. You can throw a hammer. You can throw a scuba. You can throw a backhand flick, pizza pie. I do not care. You just have to keep this in bounds and let the guy actually just run onto it. I feel like you're trying too hard to make this like a big looping throw. This mark is not good. This guy has terrible, like he's not really challenging you. Like if you really watch it, his hands aren't low enough. He's not going to hand block this. It should just be a nice, easy step out, like completion at the worst, not a goal, a completion. So don't try so hard just to like make the most amazing throw. Just take it for what it is. Just a nice, easy throw. This guy's wide open. Has to. I challenge you. This has to be a completion 10 out of 10 times, 100 times out of 100 times. So conveniently for me, it's a turn. That last play was a turnover. So they're Barefoot is picking the disc in the end zone, and they now we're playing some reset defense. So right here, this the reset defense has to be tighter with smaller windows, and it also has to be physically closer to the guy, like a step or two. And the reason I'm saying this is that something that happens when you play higher level ultimate is there's not as many, the weaknesses of the players are not so large that you can just basically give stuff for free. Like people have weaknesses, but not like if you give them a free shot, they're going to make it. Like maybe some people don't like this, but if you compare it to if you can play like nationals level ultimate players to like NBA players, have you ever seen like a center in the NBA like do shooting drills? Like they are money from 3-point range because it's like they're that good at they're that good at shooting. But if they get in the NBA, they're not good. You know, it's a very loose connection. But basically what I'm saying is like if you want to get better is like you can't just give up stuff for free. Like you kind of have to be contesting everywhere, and you have to like kind of ride that line of contesting and make no, like the margin of difference of what you're giving, like kind of forcing them, has to be smaller than what is being shown here, if that makes sense. So if we kind of see how you set up, one, you're just it's kind of slow. You're kind of baiting this guy to throw it up line. Look how much, like he's kind of in motion. You got to get ahead of the guy. And this is like, you physically can see, you kind of see the guy and he's just, it's an easy lane to pass in. You have to be more in front of this guy to stop this throw. And then also right here, you're forcing flick, boom, instant break. You can't get broken there. Just lazy marks. Like you're not like, just commit to doing your job and stop getting broken. I would say that's a kind of a parallel for the whole, not parallel, that's kind of a thing for the whole video that I would say maybe the crux of this is like the overall marks need to be more athletic, more in like a 3-point athletic stance, more primed to move, hands out low. A lot of people are just kind of standing upright. Let me see if I can draw someone. People are kind of standing like this. Be more like low, hands out low. It's such a rudimentary drawing. No, yes. Be low, hands lower. It's tiring. Good. That like it needs to be like if you watch some high level ultimate, specifically just watch people's marks. Watch people like Nikki Spiva on Chain. Watch Hayden Austin Nab when he played at Georgia, when he played for Chain, when he played at Hustle. Like dudes are a menace on the mark. and they're not like, watch their positioning. Don't just like replay it multiple times and compare yourself of like footage of yourself playing and be like, oh shit, like they're way more athletic, they're low, their hand, like watch their body movement, like how sometimes they like when they lean, that it marks is a huge indicator of your skill level of as a player, because of how crucial it is. So if you're in this video and I make comments about you, don't hate me, but maybe take it with a grain of salt. This, again, this is not my first pass on these videos, but at the same time, I'm trying to do as quick of an analysis as I can. So if you enjoy it, hit that like button, and thanks everybody for watching. Until next time.